Good morning to all. Welcome to the class. So, in last class, we discussed about the antibiotics and vaccines children in the story of microorganisms. So, once again, we will discuss about that. See, antibiotics mainly, these antibiotics also use it to control the bacterial diseases in plants and animals. Okay, so antibiotics mainly used to control the bacterial diseases in plants and animals. Okay, so first antibiotic was discovered by Alexander Fleming, which was used to kill the bacterial diseases in humans also. Okay, so in the picture you can see children. So the first antibiotic was discovered by Alexander Fleming in 1929. So for that he got the Nobel Prize also, which is used to kill so many bacterial diseases. So this is the way means this discovery of penicillin. So that discovery was penicillin paved the way to the discovery of many antibiotics and vaccines also. Okay, so in the same way in our country, not only in our country, in our district also, see Dr. Allapragad Subbarao, he was the born in West Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh, discovered the aromycin means tetracycline, which cures the number of bacterial diseases also, like typhoid, plague, tuberculosis, etc. Okay, here you see Dr. Allapragad Subbarao, he was born in West Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh in India. He discovered the tetracycline, that is also one of the best antibiotic which cures the number of bacterial diseases also. Okay, so after this antibiotics, here we have to know about the vaccines children. So vaccines also one of the best antibiotics which used to kill the bacterial diseases. Okay, so vaccines will protect us from getting the diseases over a long period of time throughout our life. Maybe sometimes it will help us to throughout our life also. You may have heard the children below 5 years must take polio drops. Okay, so every children must take the polio drops below 5 years also. So these type of polio drops will be given throughout India to get the nation objective to make the polio free society. So here you see Dr. Jonas Salk discovered the vaccine for polio. Jonas Salk discovered the vaccine for polio in 1952. He wanted to distribute this freely to everyone, so he never patented his polio vaccine. Dr. Albert Sabin discovered oral polio vaccine in 1957. Okay, so polio, this is also one of the best vaccine which is used still throughout the India. So it was discovered in 1952. So in 1952 he discovered this polio vaccine. So when a vaccine will be given to the given to contains weak microorganisms, our body learn to fight them by producing the antibodies whenever the danger comes. So whenever we are giving the vaccine to our body, it will produce some antibodies in our body. So these antibodies will fight with the bacteria or fungus which are caused which are caused by the diseases. Okay, so like that these vaccines will be so like that these vaccines will fight with the diseases, and they will help us, they will protect from the bacterial diseases. Okay, so nowadays we are using so many vaccines are made in large scale from microorganisms to protect human and other animals from so many diseases also. So here you see children, next the vaccine for rabies. The vaccine for rabies discovered by Louis Pasteur. Rabies causing the virus enters into the body through the dog bite. Through the dog bite only if the dog also has the same infection. If the dog has the rabies infection, if the dog has the rabies infection, whenever the dog was bite to any human body, the that particular human also got this virus, children. So to protect from that, we can use the rabies virus. So this rabies virus was discovered by Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur. Okay. Next, see here in the picture you see Dr. Edward Jenner inoculating the vaccine, and in the figure 5 you can see baby with smallpox. Okay, so we so many times we listen this chicken pox and smallpox also. So this this is also one of the bacterial diseases. For this also Dr. Edward Jenner discovered the vaccine, children. So here you see Dr. Edward Jenner, how he discovered the vaccine for this one. So the decision Dr. Edward Jenner to set up his medical practice in a country had in a village which saved the mankind by eradicating some diseases after the discovery of vaccines only. He neatly observed that milkmaids who developed cowpox, a less serious disease, did not develop the deadly smallpox. He thought they are developing immunity which is preventing smallpox, a very dangerous disease wiping out millions of people in those days. In 1796, Jenner took the fluid from a cowpox pustule on a dairy maid's hand and inoculated a 8 years old boy with his parents' permission. 6 weeks later, he exposed to the boy to smallpox, and the boy did not develop any symptoms of smallpox. So this invention of smallpox vaccine saved millions of people from deadly diseases. This proved the way for the discovery of a number of vaccines which prevents us from harmful diseases also. So the word vaccine comes from vacca, which means cow. So actually Edward Jenner he discovered the vaccine for the smallpox by using the cowpox only. So from the cowpox he got some bacteria, and that should be he like that he developed the vaccine for the smallpox, and this vaccine should be used for a 8 years old boy. First this vaccine should be used for a 8 years old boy. 8 years old boy, and after some time he find that boy should not get any symptoms of smallpox. Okay, so the vaccine for the smallpox mainly prepared from the cow only. Okay, and in the name vaccine comes from vacca, which means cow. So vaccine, in the vaccine, the name of the vaccine will be comes from the vacca. So the meaning of vacca is nothing but the cow. Okay, so this is the way how the Edward Jenner discovered the vaccine for smallpox also. So next we are going to learn about the soil microorganism in the soil fertility also. So about 78% of air around us is nitrogen gas only. Plants need it mainly for synthesizing proteins. So to get the proteins, so plants mainly want the nitrogen, but they can't make it from the atmosphere directly. Okay, so plants directly they can't make this one from the atmosphere. So some microorganisms like rhizobium, nostoc, anibia, antipater, so these will help to provide the nitrogen from the atmosphere for the plants. Okay, so they release into the soil that can be taken by the plants only. So the microorganisms present in the soil like fungi and bacteria degrade biological waste and present in the soil into small compounds, some of them which are essential for plants only. So whenever we are using this biological waste present in the soil into small substances, so they will very essential to the plants. Okay, so because of that reason only now today also still also we are using so many fertilizers which are the natural fertilizers, means biological fertilizers only. Okay, so those will be very helpful to the plants for the growth, and in so many ways also. So here you see children in the activity 4, they are given, they are preparing some compost pit. Okay, so this compost pit means nothing but here we have to use some vegetable peels, and fruit peels, some paper, soil and water we have to use, and we have to dig some soil, and we have to use all this, and we have to cover that one with water and then soil. After 2 or 3 weeks, if you observe that one, the all the material will be all the material will be found in the small substances, that is nothing but the biological pit. So whenever we are using this biological pit to the plants as the fertilizers, from that only so many microorganisms are there. So those microorganisms will help to the plant to get the nitrogen gas, and it will grows very healthy also. Okay, so these microorganisms are help us in cleaning the environment also. So this is the way how the microorganisms will help us. Okay, and not only the microorganisms will help us, so some microorganisms will be very harmful to the humans also. How these microorganisms will harmful to us, we'll learn. So meet a doctor of your locality and ask him about the different types of diseases caused by different microorganisms. Okay, so recall the microorganisms are present everywhere in our surroundings. Microorganisms which cause diseases are called as the pathogens. So the microorganisms which causes the diseases, the microorganisms which causes the diseases are called the pathogens. These pathogens enter into our body through air we breathe, and water we drink, and food we eat everywhere. Okay, they can also be transmitted by the direct contact with infected person, or carried through animals or insects also. Okay, so the microorganisms which causes the diseases are called the pathogens. Okay, so these pathogens will be these pathogens we are getting from the air or water and the food also. Okay, and not only like that, directly we can infect by the persons who are already infected by these pathogens. Okay, are carried by some animals or insects also. Okay, so you might have observed that times of your family members or friends get cold and cough with the sudden change of weather. When the infected person sneezes or coughs, the pathogens enter into our air. Such infected persons, when this air containing pathogens enter into body of healthy person and may cause cold also. Okay, so this type of diseases which spread from infected people to healthy one are known as the communicable diseases. Okay, so it's very simple one. Cold and fever, these whenever anyone should get this cold, or if any person have this cold or cough in our family, automatically remaining all the people of that family also got that cold and cough immediately. So these will be nothing but whenever the infected person will sneeze or anything will sneeze or getting the cough also, so that pathogens will be enter into the air. From the air, that pathogens again enter into the healthy person's body, and then that healthy person also got that same disease. Okay, so these type of diseases are called the communicable diseases. Okay, so these communicable diseases will be very easily spread from one person to another person. These will spread through air, water, food, or through physical contact also. Okay, so commonly common cold, conjunctivitis, typhoid, smallpox, chickenpox, swine flu, tuberculosis are some of the communicable diseases. Okay, so not only like this, some insects and animals also carry the diseases causing microorganisms. Okay, for example, if you take the mosquitoes, whenever the mosquitoes will bite one person, So the female mosquitoes, in the mosquitoes mainly the female Anopheles mosquito carries the plasmodium, and thus it is the vector. So the animals are the in, insects which are carried these microorganisms, which are carried these diseases causing microorganisms, those are called the vectors. So the animals are the insects which carries these pathogens, those are called the vectors. Okay, so here the mainly mosquitoes also one of the vector, because the female Anophil mosquito carries the plasmodium which causes the malaria. Okay, so we can prevent diseases caused by them. Mosquitoes breed in stagnant water. Mainly stagnant water means the water where the water will be stayed. Okay, so mosquitoes will never fly in the flowing water. Okay, so whenever the water will be stagnant at one place for long time, there it will produces the mosquitoes, and it will have some eggs, and it will produces their uh, bodies also. Okay, so we should be very careful with them, and we should be careful not to let water collect anywhere in our surroundings, including leftover waste pots, waste flower pots, tiles, balls, etc. Okay, so we should be very careful with this type of water and mosquitoes also. Okay, so here you see children, Ronald Ross discovered that female Anopheles mosquito are carrier of the malaria cascade microorganism for malaria. For this discovery, Dr. Ronald Ross got Nobel Prize in 1902. He discovered it in Secunderabad also. Secunderabad only. Sorry. So Ronald Ross discovered the female Anopheles mosquito will be the carrier of the malaria. So for this discovery, he got the Nobel Prize in 1902. Okay, so this is about the microorganisms, children, and remaining will continue in the next class. Thank you.